Good day to the assembled company. I know I was maybe a little late, but anyway. Well, I'm not sure what other videos I can deal with at the moment, so let's actually get started on the queer dictionary. And we're going to start in the irrational place. What's the basic acronym? Okay, so you probably already know the basic acronym. LGBT. L, lesbian. G, gay. B, bi. T, trans. That's pretty much it. However, it is often expanded and grown over time. Some things that have been added, for example, A for asexual, i.e., not having any sexual desires, basically. There's a whole range of this, but this is not usually reflected in the acronym. Q for queer. Queer is usually meant to be non-specific, basically. Usually means not straight or not cis or not none of the usual blend. I mean, I sometimes use queer because of its non-specificity. P for pansexual, which is similar to bisexuality in that it's like, multisexual, you're attracted to multiple genders, but it's usually related to a different conception of it, i.e., pansexuals usually aren't attracted to people based on very gendered things, whereas, bisexuals usually aren't. There's I, which is intersex, which is kind of different from the others because it basically means that there's people who are born with maybe their anatomy is slightly different, not easily categorized as male or female by our regular understanding. Sometimes there's chromosomal differences, which can indeed happen. They're rare, but they can happen. So this is, it's a variation. And sometimes it has some discrimination against it. Sometimes there's another A in there for ally, but that is somewhat controversial, but we'll get into that in another video. So that's usually the lineup you'll see often, and I usually do this. I do like LGBT plus just to fill it in, because a lot of people don't get it, make jokes about how unwieldy the acronym is, and it's unwieldy. The problem is no one's come up with a good substitution for that as yet, although there have definitely been attempts in the past. For example, let me think. Sorry about that. You have moments where you're like, yeah, I have that thing right in front of me, and then you don't. Anyway, so just because it's useful and sort of gives you an idea of the general meaning and the purpose, I'm going to go over some alternatives to the usual setup, just to give you an idea. Alright, so there's, for example, DGS, which is just diverse genders and sexualities. Very, very cut and dry to the point. There was MOGI, marginalized orientations, gender and intersex. have not seen the first very much, and the second sort of fell out of fashion, which I feel like it's a pity because it's actually one of the most accurate GSM, gender and sexual minorities, sort of exactly like the first. There's also Quilt Bag, which is queer questioning, undecided, intersex, lesbian, trans, bisexual, asexual, or gay genderqueer, which is, I mean, is clunky. Yeah. There are some people who are in favor of just using queer. Remember how I described queer as, like, basically sort of in general not of the straight cis world without really anything specific. It's also more open to, fluidity of sorts. And some people are in favor of just saying, oh, we're queer, we're the queer community. This is somewhat controversial for some people because, like a lot of terms that we use, it sort of has a past of being used as an insult or a slur, which is not anymore, so some people are hesitant about it. I tend to not do that because of its history, even though I usually refer to myself and people I know who are okay with it as queer. Now, this is sometimes already used in, like, academic settings, like, for example, queer theory. So that's basically the really simple, basic lineup about the acronym itself and the various terms and a few alternatives. I kept it short and to the point because it's supposed to be definitional, but feel free to ask any questions below. And thank you.